Hey guys, we're going to be making a video today checking out the Glock Gen 5. Stay tuned.
America!
Hey guys, it's time to discuss the newest thing that's come out in the last couple weeks, the Glock Gen 5. To go ahead and get the safety police business out of the way, these are all empty, no mags, the actions are open, there's no bullets in the barrel, so that way we can proceed forth without worrying about the safety concerns here. So before we discuss the Gen 5, I'm going to go ahead and contrast that with the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. The Gen 3 and the Gen 4, of course, they currently ship together. I assume that all three of these guns are going to continue to ship for a while. You can't get the Gen 1 or 2s anymore unless you go to Gunbroker or someplace, but the Gen 3 and the 4 are still in production. The Gen 5 is going to be the new thing. So the Gen 3 has a single spring recoil system here. It has no adjustable back straps. There's a little bit less aggressive grip texture in the gun itself. It's also has a slide release, or I apologize, a mag release that is not interchangeable to left versus right hand. The Gen 4 has the adjustable back straps. You can swap these things in and out. It also has a dual spring recoil system in here. You can move this safety from one, or I keep saying safety, the mag release from one side to the other, and it's got a little bit more aggressive grip texture. So that's kind of the difference between those two guns. The Gen 5 is more similar to the Gen 4 than the Gen 3. It has the same aggressive type grip texture on it. It does have this reversible safety, and it also mag release, and it also has the dual spring recoil system in it. So starting at the bottom, we have this flared mag well. That allows you to get the magazines in a little bit easier, presumably. It's different than the Gen 4. The Gen 4 is on my right, and the Gen 5 is on my left. On your screen, it's going to show, the Gen 5 on the right. But you can see it's wider and more flared. Another interesting thing that I've not seen released really in any documentation or on any videos is that it has this cutout here in the front of the grip. I assume that's to kind of help you get the magazine out, or it's just there for aesthetics, but it's different as well. As we move up, something that was a big deal to a lot of people were these finger grooves that were on the Gen 4. A lot of people didn't like these. You see the custom guys will grind these off before they stipple, that sort of thing. The Gen 5 does not have those. I assume that it is for market reasons, or that they had a market response. I don't think the grip is much smaller or anything else. It doesn't seem to be pared down at all, but it does have those removed on the front. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that. We also do, as I mentioned, we have the reversible magazine release on here. That's good for the left and right-handed guys, which is also kind of cool in tandem with this ambi slide release. This is the first one of any other generations to have ambi slide release as just part of the gun, rather than having to go buy something, in the aftermarket to replace it with. I think that's a good thing. We have lots of people around the world that use these guns. Thousands and thousands of regular shooters and law enforcement guys and even some military guys carry these guns. You have to assume that a large percentage of them are going to be left-handed. So it's probably a good idea for them to just add a little piece of metal. It makes it easier for everybody. Moving further, we have a flat trigger face on these guns. The Gen 4s had more of a textured or ribbed face on it. Some people like that, some people didn't. I think it's cooler with the smooth face. It feels a little bit more comfortable to the finger, so I like that. There's a difference in the trigger springs on the inside of the gun itself. Without going into a bunch of technical stuff, just suffice it to say that it's a little different. The parts aren't going to be as interchangeable, so the Gen 5 is kind of a new thing in that respect. Another cool thing about this gun, if you look at the front, it's beveled. SIG has a line called their SAS. It's not a line, it's basically most of their product. You can get an SAS version that has these beveled fronts. They call it SIG anti-snag. It's to help you carry and holster and that sort of thing better. I think Glock took a lesson from those guys, and made a beveled front on the gun. It also kind of adds a little bit aesthetically. A lot of people do say that the Glocks are a real square, blocky gun. That's one of the reasons that they get made fun of. But in this gun, it's beveled off. It's kind of a neat new feature. Also, a major difference between these two is the finish. It came with this new NDLC finish is what they're calling it. It's a more glossy, a little bit shinier finish. And as opposed to this sort of matte finish like you would find on the Gen 4, I do feel like that this finish is a little better looking. That's just my personal opinion. It does kind of show prints and stuff just like the old one does. So, but all in all, it's a new finish. Supposedly, it's a little bit more durable and robust. You know, we'll see how that works out in the long term. I've never seen a problem with Glock finishes and had them rolling around in my cars and carried them for years. And it's a pretty tough time to wear a Glock finish down on any kind. They have replaced the barrel with a new barrel with what they call marksman rifling. From what I understand, I haven't gone into a ton of detail, but apparently it is a more standard form of rifling that they are saying is going to be a little bit more accurate. I've not fired one of these guns yet. I assume we're going to make a video of doing that before too long. So we'll see if they're a little bit more accurate than the older ones. But that is supposed to be a major feature upgrade. They didn't go as far as to say it was a match barrel or anything like that. They just say it's more accurate. And again, like I heard, it's a little bit more standard rifling version versus their old rifling. We kind of move on to what's in the box now. So it's pretty standard Glock fare. You know, the Gen 3s used to come with 2 magazines. The Gen 4s come with 3 magazines. The Gen 5s are just like the Gen 4s. They do come with the 3 magazines in the box. They do come with the replacement grips, kind of a standard backside, and then they also have them that kind of have the beaver tails in them. And also, something that people may not notice is this is actually a little punch for the pin that's in the back of the grip so that you can pull the grips on and off of the gun itself. So, of course, it comes with these. As I may have mentioned, it comes with 3 magazines. It does come with the hard case. It's got the foam inside. It comes with, you know, all the manuals and things that you would expect. It comes with the Hillary Clinton commie lock that we've all come to know and love since their administration. And we also have the just this real simple cleaning kit that comes with it. So it's a pretty solid kit, especially if you're a first-time gun owner or something like that, don't have some of these cleaning tools or a case to put it in. You know, it kind of comes with everything that you need. There's one other minor difference in between these, is that the magazines now have an orange follower as opposed to the black follower. As we push these down and feed rounds into it, it's a little bit easier to see the follower in the holes that indicate how many rounds are in there. I have tested the guns with other magazines, so like a Gen 4 magazine and a Gen 5, it does fit. A Gen 5 magazine does fit into the Gen 4. We haven't tried to run rounds out of them to see if there's any feeding issues or anything like that with it. I guess we'll probably do that at a later date as well. But for now, suffice it to say that it does appear that they're interchangeable. So that's kind of the rundown on the Gen 5. It's a pretty cool gun. I think that they responded to a lot of market feedback probably. They kind of, you know, it's a Glock. You're not going to see some major difference in the guns or some brand new thing. However, I do think that the refinements that they've added do add a lot of value. I think they've listened to the customer, and I think Glock's done a pretty good job. So if you don't own a Glock, I suggest owning one. I think it's one of those guns that everybody should have. So if you're going to go buy one, you might want to go check out the Gen 5. Hey guys, it's Mr. Guns. Thanks for watching our video. If you thought it was cool, go ahead and like and subscribe. We should have a bunch of cool stuff coming in the future too. Or follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you just want to get good gun deals or see what we got going on. The links will be in the descriptions below. So thanks for watching the video, and we hope you'll follow us in the future.